Hey everybody, I just wanted to hop on here for a little bit and just check in. I just want to check in. California, y'all good? City of Los Angeles, y'all doing okay? Y'all doing okay? We gotta talk. I've been watching the news and a couple of independent podcast channels, and I get a lot from both sides, I guess I'll say, of the aisle because of my particular political standing. I get information from both sides. And I thought I need to pop on here and just ask Californians, in particular, people from Los Angeles, if y'all are good. Because I'm wondering if y'all got a little bit of ADHD going on, because I'm telling you, I can relate. Tell you how I can relate. I know what it's like when you want to get every detail done. You want to cover all your bases. You want to make sure you have not forgotten about a single thing. And as you set about to complete your project, everything that comes up, you want to make sure you address it. You want to deal with it because you want things to be done well. But in your efforts to want things to be done well, you got to be careful because there are things such as deadlines. There are things such as public confidence and expectations that are very, very important. And I was watching this one particular podcaster, and they were going off. And I thought, well, what in the world are they going off about? And then as I listened, I thought, well, I guess I kind of see their point. They have an expectation that they're going to understand the outcome of the elections in a reasonable time span. And now that that's not happening, they're starting to question things. And honey, it just dropped in my spirit that I think the state of California got a little bit of ADHD going on. Some trouble with executive functioning skills is what I'm trying to say. Because when you're trying to get every vote possible, you just send ballots to every place because you want to make sure that everybody has the right to vote. That is an honorable goal. It really is. We have to say that's a very beautiful goal. It's a lofty goal. Because in your efforts to try to get everybody to vote, you're sort of jacking up the people who went and took the time to go vote. You're sort of crapping on those people. It's this case of reverse priorities is what it's starting to feel like. And so I just wanted to know, is this okay? At what point do we realize that perhaps trying to get everybody to vote may jeopardize your public standing? It's kind of like when I'm at a job and I'm given a project and I'm trying to make sure that I'm just going to wow them. I'm going to get my project done. I'm going to make sure I have all my T's crossed, all my I's dotted, because I'm looking for this promotion. And so as I go in to do my project, things pop up and I try to, handle them, and I'm adding things to my project. But the deadline is not changing. The deadline hasn't changed. But I decide I'm going to change the deadline, and I go to my boss and I say, hey, I've got this big thing coming up. I've seen some information I want to add. It's going to take me a little time. Can I extend the deadline? And my boss goes, okay, how long you think it's going to be? And I go, I don't know, but I want to give you the best project I can. You can't do that. You can't do that. At some point, people, the ones who do not vote blue, no matter who, they're going to start asking questions. And I'm more of a I don't even like the title, but I guess if I had to say it, I would probably be an independent. I don't know. There have been elections where I have voted blue. There have been elections where I have voted red. And I'll be honest with you, there have been some elections where I didn't vote at all. I just didn't do it. And so because I have covered the spectrum of that, I don't really want to have a political channel, you know? I know a lot of people are doing that. It's very common today to get on here and have a political channel. But I kind of want to go back to old school where we didn't talk about politics, sex, or religion. Remember that? Remember those days? You didn't talk about politics, sex, or religion unless you were in, close family. And we got along good. We didn't have all this foolishness back then. I want to get back to that. But I saw some similarities today between myself and the state of California. I should say the leadership of California. And I just wanted to reach out to them because I said, you know what? Are you good? Because it sounds like the people in California, they can use my channel. The leadership in California might be able to use my channel because it's all about setting lofty goals and not getting into the drift and not making the projects so big that you can't get them done in good confidence and good faith. Because you got to make sure you don't lose the plot. And what is the plot? The plot is that you have to make sure that the people of America trust your elections. That's the plot. Because if you vote and you have elections and then at the end of them, people don't think that they're fair, you're going to have a lot of unrest and trouble. So I don't know what we got to do with the state of California, with their leadership, with their laws, but y'all got to get that a little bit more tighter. Y'all got to get that in line a little bit. We just can't have infinite vote counts. It's starting to look suspect. But I want to believe that it's because you got a little executive functioning concerns and issues going on, maybe a little ADHD, maybe a little bit of autism, something neurodivergent going on in the consciousness of the leadership. I'm not saying you got the diagnosis, but you got scattered thinking. Let's just call it that. Scattered minds and scattered thinking. And it's causing this kind of turmoil. I don't want to believe that this is a nefarious act, that you're creating negligence just so you can have bad actors inflate ballot boxes and there's no real way to track it. I don't want to believe that that's what's going on. But you gotta tighten this up because eventually it's gonna start looking like that. And I don't want that to be. I love the state of California. I got family there. I got friends there. I love the state. I think it's a beautiful state. It's got, it's one of our great states in America. But we're gonna have to tighten up this election. We can't have it looking like this because if this had happened in another country that we would consider not as advanced, we would say it was like a banana republic. Because I'm pretty sure that the cute little Indian lady, she gave a concession speech. I saw it. She was crying. She was suggesting that, we're going to keep fighting. It's you win some, you lose some. That's the impression I got from it. Only to find out she may actually win. So it's that kind of stuff that creates the cognitive dissonance that people are like, wait a minute, what's happening here? We don't understand how this works. So that's what today is about. I don't have no tea. I don't have no coffee. I just hopped on here because I thought a fellow ADHD or neurodivergent thinker or overwhelmed individual, somebody with scattered thinking, a fellow scattered mind individual or groups of individuals needed my help. Come on over to the Talkin Gal channel. We're going to have lots of wonderful, gentle systems to help you if you've got scattered minds. So we don't have to have this kind of tomfoolery going on. Y'all gonna have to figure it out. Every vote can be important. Sure, we'd like everybody in the nation to vote, but you can't get everybody in the nation to vote fairly. Because that means you're gonna have to be sending ballots all over. And some people may not be where you think they are, where you sending a ballot to, which means some people might take that ballot and do some other things with that ballot. They might cheat with that ballot. So in your efforts to make sure everybody votes, you can't lose the plot and give the vote away to people who should not be voting or to people, who are willing to steal the vote and do things with it, because then that weakens the vote of the people that did it honestly. And I hope you take this with the love that is sent, because understand, I'm not blue, I'm not red. Hell, I don't know what I am, but I do vote. Now I'm starting to vote. And I want our voting process to be something that I trust and other people trust. So California, are you good? You need some help. Blink twice, Los Angeles, if you need us. Okay, we'll come to your rescue. We'll get you a good little, some core 3 strategies you need to put in place. We'll get you some tools. We'll help you. You do a I don't want to call it a list of things you have to get done, but we'll help you organize your life. We'll help you do a daily drift dashboard. That's what I use. I'll show you about that when I come back next time, how I organize my day and how I make sure I cut out things that are not important, that appear to be important, that are screaming at me. And I say, nope, that ain't what I'm focusing on. I'll show you guys how I do that. I just wanted to pop on here and have a little chat with California. All righty. Well, I think I've talked to California and to the city of Los Angeles. Y'all need to get it together. Join my channel. I'll give you some strategies to help you do that. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.